Good morning and happy Monday. I hope you guys are ready for your Chapter 16 test after we did some good coding on Thursday's Zoom. If you have not taken your test, please refer to last Thursday's Zoom so that you can get some review for some of those major coding scenarios. So today we're going to have a mini lesson on Chapter 17. This is a really large section. And so every day I'm going to be putting something up as far as videos so that you guys don't have to read quite so much and you can skim and you know what we're talking about. So without further ado, this is part 1 of Chapter 17. Okay, so Chapter 17, the cardiovascular system. So let's look at some coding highlights. Cardiology is one of the largest subspecialties in medicine, and numerous modern techniques are used to diagnose and treat cardiac conditions. A cardiologist is an internal medicine physician who specialized in the diagnosis and treatment of conditions of the heart. So a cardiologist specializes in the heart. A cardiologist can further specialize, there we go, specialize in cardiovascular surgical procedures or other treatment and diagnostic specialties. So in this section, you're going to be coding from 3 sections. When you are reporting cardiology services, you will often be using codes from 3 sections. The surgery section contains codes for cardiovascular surgical procedures. The medicine section contains codes for non-surgical cardiovascular services. And then the radiology section contains diagnostic studies or radiologic visualization codes. Okay, so I know that sounds like, oh my goodness, mind blown, but don't worry. As we go through this chapter, we're going to be talking about some of these procedures together. So this is a figure from 17.1. It's on page 448 of your textbook, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a rundown. For example, this first block says surgery section, cardiovascular system 33016 through 37799, and this contains the heart and pericardium, endoscopy, arteries and veins, and adjuvant techniques. So I'm not going to read through all of these blocks, but guys, remember, I always tell you, get into your CPT, get into this section, label, get to know what's there. It's going to help you while you're coding. So spend time in your CPTs. So here's some key terms to know. Invasive is entering the body, breaking the skin to make a correction or for examination. An example of an invasive cardiac procedure is the removal of a tumor from the heart. So invasive means that you're entering the body. You're actually going to break the skin, make an incision. Non-invasive services and procedures not breaking the skin are usually performed for diagnostic purposes. Usually performing these procedures does not require entering the body. Invasive cardiology procedures are also called interventional procedures. So invasive is breaking the skin to enter the body. Non-invasive services and procedures, you do not break the skin. So those are very important things for you to remember. Electrophysiology, EP. Electrophysiology is the study of electrical system of the heart and includes the study of arrhythmias. The codes for these invasive, which means we're going to be breaking the skin, diagnostic and therapeutic procedures are located in the medicine section, 93600, 93662. That's your code range. So nuclear cardiology, okay. Have you guys ever heard of a nuclear stress test? Most people have. So this is going to be your nuclear cardiology. Nuclear cardiology is a diagnostic specialty that plays a very important role in modern cardiology. A physician who specializes in nuclear cardiology uses radiologic procedures to aid in the diagnosis of cardiologic conditions. So nuclear medicine, nuclear cardiology. So we're going to read a coding shot. Remember, I've told you, please, 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 in your textbooks, anytime you see a coding shot, go ahead and read it, make a note about it, highlight it, whatever you want to do. Put it on an index card, anywhere that's important. A lot of these hold valuable information. So this coding shot says, to choose the correct cardiology code, first determine whether the procedure or service was invasive or non-invasive. So we just learned about those key terms. It's very, very important to know when you're reading your scenario if this is an invasive procedure or a non-invasive procedure. All right, so now we're going to do exercise 17.1, coding highlights together. And this is actually your assignment that you're going to be turning in. You're actually going to be turning it in. And a little tidbit for you. It's also an assignment for tomorrow. So it's like a free assignment. I'm doing 5, but there are actually 6 questions. So tomorrow, during your lab time, you're going to submit 17.1. And I'm going to leave that last one for you guys to do for yourself. So let's talk about this. Number 1 says this term means entering the body. That's invasive, right? So when you make an incision to enter the body, that's an invasion of your body. It's invasive. So number 1 is going to be invasive. Number 2, a cardiologist is a blank medicine physician who has chosen to specialize in the diagnosis and treatment of conditions of the heart. So a cardiologist is a specialist that specializes in the heart. A cardiologist is a specialist in medicine. Well, I don't know if that quite fits the sentence, but that's the answer. A cardiologist is a specialist of the heart. Number 3, what 3 sections of the CPT will you often use to code cardiology services? Where we're going to use the surgery section, the medicine section, and the radiology section. We're going to be using those 3 sections to code for cardiology. What type of cardiology enters the body, breaks the skin to make correction for examination? Invasive again, right? Because we're breaking the skin. What is the term that describes the study of electrical systems of the heart and includes the study of arrhythmias? Now we learned that right here, electrophysiology, and I'll accept EP. So this was fairly quick and painless, right? That is just one of the few things on cardiology that we're going to be doing this week. I want to remind you that we have a Zoom on Thursday at 2 o'clock. So please attend. And if you can't attend, of course, it will be recorded and you can watch it at a different time. I hope you have a wonderful Monday and a wonderful week. Reach out to me if I can do anything to help you. Bye-bye.